We are in trouble.
You can agree with me that even the young people out there, they are disappointed with a class of people they should respect. The professors, vice chancellors, who serve as returning officers during election. People who penalize students for cheating in the classrooms now help in rewriting results and declaring wrong mandate during elections. Does that bother you?
The country is in trouble. Why do they choose the professors that are corrupt? There are good people left.
Okay.
Not everybody is bad. Seek out those good people, give them those positions and see what will happen.
Viewers and subscribers, you're welcome back. This is BVI Channel 1. And on this round of discussion, media chat, matters arising, I'm honored to have in this interactive section the DVC Imo State University in the person of Professor Father Philip Obonna. It's a pleasure to have you on Matters Arising.
Thank you.
Today, in Nigeria, there's someone will say 1 week, one trouble. But this one, it seems like every day new trouble for Nigeria. From your assessment, is Nigeria in trouble?
Everybody is in trouble. The country is in trouble. Not only Nigeria, the world is in trouble. But ours is a bit peculiar because it seems that we are directionless in what we are doing. And that's a sickness, not having a direction. Which means we have to go back to ask ourselves questions. If we don't get our direction, the center cannot hold as we have it today. In all aspects, all spheres of this, our endeavors, we wonder whether we are conscious people. Because people who are conscious cannot continue to live this way. So we have to go look inward and ask ourselves the question, at all levels, and in every sphere of life, we need to ask ourselves that question. Are we conscious? And why do we behave as if we are dead and unconscious? As if we don't have feelings? Do we feel the situation? Do we feel what is happening? There's a big challenge to all of us. So we are in trouble. And anybody who denies that we're in trouble doesn't know what is happening. The person is not conscious of his or her own environment.
Or living in self-denial.
Good. Worse than that, living in self-denial, because a person cannot deny himself. A normal human being cannot deny himself.
Yeah, because what is happening in Nigeria today with the level of, in fact, Shinawa said, things fall apart.
Not only things falling apart, the center does not hold anymore.
Now, talking about this, the center not holding anymore. Nigerian problem, from your assessment, is it foundational problem? Some people say, is it structural problem? Is it constitutional problem? Or attitudinal problem? That's the mentality of many Nigerians. Because you mentioned people not being conscious or behaving as if everything is normal.
Yeah, all these problems are there. Constitutional problems. Do we have a constitution? Many lawyers are debating that. The NINAS is debating that and trying to prove it. What we have seem to be decrees compiled by the military and just gave that the introduction that we all have agreed. That is not true. There are many flaws in the Constitution. So constitutionally, we're in trouble. What else did you want to know? Constitutionally, yes. Which other area?
Structural.
Structural, is this a way that, let us face facts, structurally we should be? That is why people are clamoring for restructure, because it's faulty. The structure is faulty. And that is why we cannot even produce toothpick. The structure does not afford us the opportunity to progress. It's a structure that makes us just to consume what we produce in Nigeria. It's only consuming, and that puts us into trouble. We talk of inflation now. Why? Because we cannot produce even what we eat to feed ourselves. There's nothing, because there's no encouragement from the angles we should be encouraged to produce.
Okay, now when we talk about this structural problem, the constitutional problem, just like you pointed out, Ninas have been in the front burner advocating for constitutional review or overhauling. Then people say structurally Nigeria is not a federal republic. It's not even a federation. It's a unitary system. And because of that, everything has fallen apart. Now, let's drive it home to the southeast. Would or can Southeast in the contemporary Nigeria as it is today ever function? Is there any hope?
Why do we talk of Southeast? In the first constitution, we talked of regions, and regions had their powers, also had their limits. Why did we abandon it? Why did we abandon the regional system? Is it that we are following other countries without understanding what they're doing? If we were following America to have the system, the state system, why can't we follow it well? Because each state is like a country of its own, independent.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have states here, yet we run a unitary government. So we have to know what we are doing. I'm not a political scientist, but we are conscious of what is happening and knowing that it is not proper. It's not supposed to be that way.
And it's not working.
It's not working. That is why we are this way. When we look at it and it's not working, why can't we face the fact and say, look, we must change? Now,
The main challenge in the change, is it the political class or the people? Because Minas will always say it is the people that will ignite it. But would that be possible without the political?
I don't think that the politicians who are at the helm of affairs, I don't think they have a goodwill for the people. Because you see your people suffer. You see your people complain. You see your people languish. And you think that what you are doing is correct. Are they blind? Don't they see? But the people also, we are so docile. I am not advocating a kind what they call it, the riot or revolution. But it has come to that stage. We cannot continue this way. If revolution is to correct the thing, then it has to be done. If it cannot correct it, we try evolution. Because there are the two ways of changing things. Either by evolution, you evolve a new method. We have tried to evolve methods that are even defective. And these methods do not help us. So have we tried evolution? It was the aim of the NSAS, which did not work. We don't want to go to extremes, but then we can also manage and navigate to help ourselves. It's not the white man or the people that will correct things for us or will teach us how to do things. We know what to do. But because of bad will, the political class have bad will for the people.
Okay. Now, you are coming from an academic world, and the politicians you are talking about did not emerge without the help of electoral process. You can agree with me that even the young people out there, because we are interacting with them, they are disappointed with a class of people they should respect. The professors, the what they call the vice chancellors, who serves as returning officers during election, people who penalize students for cheating in the classrooms now help in rewriting results and declaring wrong mandate during elections. Does that bother you?
It bothers everyone. It bothers a concern. But the system itself is defective. The process is defective. And then, why do they choose the professors that are corrupt? Because in every system, there are corrupt people and there are good people. Why do they choose those that are corrupt? They know who is who. There are some of the professors also who did not conform to that low standard of declaring false results. But those who are greedy, and those who are, I wouldn't call them professors, because a professor who has character cannot do that. An educated person cannot do that. That is where I distinguish between being learned and being educated. When you are learned, you have tons of information in your head, and you can quote them anywhere in time. But when you're educated, you have character. Because the aim of education is character. And that is why Gandhi said, an educated person without character is not only useless, but positively dangerous to society. So these learned people, I cannot say they're educated. They are not truthful to themselves. And the first of human values, the first human value is truth. Those people are not living in the truth. And by the way, who employed them? That's another aspect to consider. Because university does not have autonomy anymore. Government politicians have taken away the autonomy of the university. And you see them in employment, take my brother, take my sister, and mandate even the vice chancellors to do that. They appoint the vice chancellors. What do you expect? If the system is rotten, if the system is corrupt, you expect these things. But we need to correct them.
The now question is how?
The how is being firm. There are good people left.
Okay.
Not everybody is bad. Seek out those good people, give them those positions and see what will happen.
The problem now is the people that are in the position to give out these positions are the corrupt politicians.
Yes, they are.
So how would the youth go around it in terms of evolving a new system?
Evolving a new system is possible, even if those at the helm of affairs are corrupt. There's a way. See, here we are too docile, and we accept everything. And some people will take it as the will of God, when it is not the will of God. So we have to go inside again and see what we can do. I don't want to use the word revolution, but sometimes it is necessary.
Even the revolution of the mind.
Of course, revolution does not mean carrying arms.
Yes.
To say no is to revolt.
Yes.
To say no is to revolt. So we can say no to some of the things. That's part of the revolution. And I want people to understand that when we say revolution, it is not carrying arms. No. There are ways we can revolt effectively, and it yields fruits other than carrying arms. And what you said is true. Change of mindset. You see, we need a change of mindset here. Poverty and hardship have made us to now have a kind of a low mindset. The politicians, in their greed, have conditioned the people as if we are begging. And whatever they give, you think they're doing you a favor. When state governors or the federal government does something for the people, it's not favor. There are statutory duties that they should do. If a governor constructs a road for the people and they say, I did it for you, that's stupid. It's a statutory duty for the government to do that, to build schools, to pay salaries. And when they do it, they say, I'm doing you a duty. I mean, a favor. How can it be a favor? It's because they don't understand, they don't even know. So when someone in authority does the statutory job, statutory work, it's presented as a favor. Which means they don't know what they're doing.
Exactly.
When they deny people of certain things, they call it another thing. As it happens now, we're denied of almost everything, including salaries and pensions. And I don't know how such people feel. And
people are behaving like everything is all right. Like
that is when I told you that we need that change of mindset. Things are not all right. And anybody who claims that things are all right is not conscious of his condition.
All right. Now, as a way of wrapping up this conversation, because we're going to engage more with you, coming from the academic background, the education and skills, because you've talked about education, formal education as they call it, and also skills. Some people bread on my neck when one professor or a teacher or a lecturer video went viral saying that education can only make you a miserable job hunter. And when I published it and people say, or when I say certificate is a scam, that has happened to a lot of people. And some people say get a skill when getting certificate. So in your own experience, both in the academic world and as a priest, what would you advise our young, energetic people out there looming out on the street?
You see, when things were all right, people were talking and passing through grammar school. It's not that way again. The world has changed. The world now is not the world 50 years ago. Technology has brought in new things. That level of grammar school does not suffice. Every person, whether educated or not educated, formal education or informal education, must have a skill. Those who brought the education to us are doing it. There is nobody who graduates from the university, even before he finishes the secondary school, should have a skill. And when you remove the S from skill, that is what has been happening. That becomes skill. And many people are killed who also think they're educated because the S is not there. Skill and education go together. So skill, education, character. Any human being who is educated must possess these three.
Okay.
Education, the aim is character, you possess it, and you possess skill. Right. Otherwise, you have kill, and you can kill in various ways.
No wonder there are so many killings in Nigeria. Anyway, thank you so much, Father, and Professor. It's a wonderful time with you in this media chat. We would like to be tapping from your wealth of knowledge and experience in most of our programs. Even if we can't be physical like this, we will bring you visually. That is one of the things technology have done for us.
Yes.
And to you who have watched, I believe you tapped a word or two from this conversation. Share it. Don't be stingy with disinformation. Let the next person get it as well. Still remain as Peters. Until next time, bye-bye for now.